Hey guys, how y'all doing today? Previously I uploaded a YouTube video where I played Bigmouth Strikes Again by the Smiths on my acoustic Yamaha guitar that my grandmother gave me a while back. Anyways, but I was requested a tutorial, and it's really not that difficult of a song. It's just the strumming pattern is the biggest issue with, well, it was when I first started playing at least. But the chords are really simple, and it just takes a lot of coordination. And once you get it down, I think everyone will be fine. But the introduction chord is this A shape with your middle finger on the 4th string on the 2nd fret. And this is all in relation to the capo, which is on the 4th fret also. And your ring finger on the string directly beneath it. And your pointer finger on the B string on the 1st fret. So you get this chord. If you pluck every note, it sounds like this. And the strumming for that, I'll get to that later, but I'm just gonna go through the chords in the beginning. And the next chord is a normal C, which is this. They keep every other finger the same except for your ring, and you end up with this. And the only thing Johnny does whenever he plays is he adds his pinky into the high E string on the 3rd fret. This string right here, so you get this chord. In the next step of the riff, all he does is slide this chord up 2 frets. So instead of having, you would move up to this. So all you're doing there is moving this C shape with the pinky on the high E string up 2 frets. So you get from this chord to this chord. So far, if we played what we have, it would sound like this. I'll play it slowly. And I will teach the strumming pattern later on. But after these chords, I'll play slowly again. You go directly back to the first chord, which is this A shape. Also, to mention, after doing the strumming on the slide up, he releases his ring finger and his pinky from that chord, so you end up with this. So it'll sound like this. And then you slide down to the A chord that we had in the beginning. Okay, now this is the second time around at the end, which can get a little bit tricky if you're new to barring strings or any chords that require kind of a stretch and weird finger placement, which was kind of odd for me in the beginning. But the first part sounds like this. I'll play it again. Then you slide back down to this chord, and the next part is gonna sound like this. I'll play it slowly. So what he's doing there is he has the same chord in the beginning, the same strumming for the same length, except he goes from this chord with that lift of the ring finger, just like he did in this chord. When he transfers from this, he just lifts his ring finger, and he transitions to this F chord, which is take your ring finger and you put it on the 3rd fret of the A string, so you get this. And your pinky goes directly beneath that on the next string. And your ring finger goes on the 2nd fret of the G string, which is this. And your pointer finger bars these 2 strings on this fret, if you can see that. You take your pointer and you bar both of these, so you have this. So the chord completely strummed sounds like this. And after he transitions from the A chord to this chord, he does this little movement. Which all all he's doing there is unbarring the high E string. So he moves from this, which is on this string, all he's doing is unbarring the bottom string. And the next chord is pretty simple. It's just kind of a weird way to play a G. Move your middle finger to the second fret of the low E string. I'm sorry. Move your ring finger to the third fret of the low E string, and move your middle finger to the A string on the second fret. And leave your pinky on the high E string, so you end up with this G. And if you pluck it, it sounds like this. And whenever he transitions from this chord, now with the other liftoffs for this chord, he plays this. And what he's doing there is while he's strumming, he's releasing his pinky first and then his middle finger, so you end up with this on the high strings. So when you play it all together, it'll sound like this. Okay, now for the strumming pattern, which can be difficult if you're a very beginner player, which I'm not I haven't been playing too long, but this still kind of gets me sometimes. He's a really sophisticated guitar player, even though he claims to be typical, quote unquote. But the strumming pattern, I'm gonna go through the first chord by itself alone, and then I'll progress. The first chord, which is the A shape that I've already showed you, is the strumming pattern is this. I'll play it very slowly so you can watch it. That's for the first chord. So the first chord sounds like this. And whenever he switches to the C chord, the strumming pattern is this. I'll play it very slowly. That's only for that chord. When you slide up, it'll sound like this. So again, that is what we have so far sounds like this. Okay, now the last sequence, the strumming pattern for the first chord is the exact same as it was the first time. It's okay, same thing for the first chord. And whenever he transitions to this F, he plays this strumming pattern. I'll play it slow one more time. And when he transfers from the F to the G shape, he does this. So all together, I'll play it very slowly so you can see what I'm doing. So yep, I hope this helped you guys, and I plan to make a second and third video, and maybe a fourth, on the solo and the final bridge part, and also the chorus. So if you guys would like that, just leave a comment and let me know what you want. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it.